don't know if you need to do something, but
yes.
We have to say continue.
okay, so we'll get started. We'll just start standing. When you're ready, we'll do a little warm up, our posture check, and then we'll come down onto the mats. So when you're ready, we'll stand with your feet hip distance apart, so toes facing forwards. And then just take a moment just to get yourself kind of sorted. So spread your feet, lengthen through your legs, and we'll lift the shoulders and drop them down. And then try and get that feeling of stacking. So the shoulders are over the hips are over the knees, and the knees are over your ankles. And again, just make sure that you feel nice and steady before we start. So we'll start with our breathing. So we're going to breathe in, just a big breath in through your nose, and then breathe out through your mouth. Now do that again. This time maybe count it. So if you can, count in for 5 and out for 5. Now this time maybe increase that to 7. So a big breath in and breathing out for 7. And then the last bit of that, try and feel a little contractions in the last bit where you're exhaling out. So we'll do that again. So breathing in for 7, breathing out for 7. And it's that kind of strong muscular contraction that we want to try and grab onto when we're doing an exhale. Do it once more. So breathing in and breathing out. Well done. Okay, you can just start with them now, just a normal breath, just in through your nose, out through your mouth. We'll move a little bit, so we'll move the shoulders, just roll them back and roll them forwards, just a couple of times. And then when you're ready, just come back towards the centre. We're going to start by stepping out today, so make sure you've got enough room either side of you. So we're going to take a big step out to your right first, so bending into your right leg, left leg is straight. Then move back to the centre, and we'll move that the other way, so big step out to the side. So do that again, back into the centre and take it out. Good. Step in and out to the side. Okay, we'll do that again. So step out to the side. This time reach over with your left hand as you do that. Back to the centre and step out to the other side. Good, so do that again. So into the centre and step out. Into the centre and step out. Now this time we'll go over towards the right. We're going to stay at the right side, reach your arm over, and then keeping your legs really still, pull the arm back and reach it away. So pull back and away. So we're trying to kind of establish a movement where we're not moving the rest of our body, but keeping it still. Do one more. Back to the centre, and we'll change sides. So big step out, bend into it, reach over, and then pull back and away. So trying to really grip with your feet, draw your belly in, keep your chest up, do 2 more, and last one. Well done. Come back into the centre. Now from there, separate your feet hip distance. Deep breath in, reach up with both arms, big stretch up, and then fold forward. So maybe try and keep your back straight, maybe lengthen through your spine a little bit. Take your hands to your right leg. We're going to bend into your right leg and try and straighten your left leg a little bit more. And then bend into your left leg, straighten through the right leg. Now this time bend both legs, pull your belly in, and take another big reach up with the arms as you come up. So we'll do that again, so folding forward, so flat back, straight legs if you can. Hands to your right leg, bend. Hands to the left leg, bend. Good, this time bend both legs, pull the belly in, big reach up, rise all the way up. Do that again, so reaching forwards through the crown of your head. Good, hands to your legs, bending into your right leg. Hands to the left leg, bend. Good, bend both legs, pull your belly in, big reach up. We'll do that one more time. So again, fold forwards again, try and keep the legs straight, lengthen through your spine. Hands to your right leg, bending into the right leg. Hands to the left leg, bend. Good, bend both legs, belly pulls in, big reach up. And this time we'll just bring the arms down by your sides. Okay, keeping your feet hip distance, we'll take a little squat. So belly pulled in, deep breath in, and as you breathe out, push your hips back, keep your chest lifted, and then move back up. So just a few of these squat movements just to warm up through your legs. So work at your own pace, try and make sure that your weight is back in your heels, your chest is lifted, and the belly is pulled. Okay, we're going to add on to this. So we'll come down, we're going to do a rounding through your back. So you're going to round your back and then flatten out. So do that again. So round through your back, flatten it out. Do that once more. So round your back, flatten it out, and then we'll just push all the way back up. Okay, we'll do that again. So squat, take it down. So when you get there, rounding in your back, flatten it a little bit. Do that again, round your back, belly in, flatten. Do one more, and flatten, and then move all the way back up. Good. Okay, you can roll your shoulders again. We're going to stay with the feet hip distance, and we're going to do a little roll down. So again, you just take this to where you can, but we'll take your chin towards your chest, round your shoulders and bend your knees, and then just start to roll down through the upper body. So if you get to a position and that's where you want to stay, then do that. Otherwise, take it to where you can. To move back up, pull your belly in. Again, push through your feet, start to roll back up, taking your time as you come up. The shoulders come up last, so they roll back. And then take a big stretch up towards the ceiling and just pull your arms down by your sides. So we'll do that again. So drop the chin around the shoulders, bending in the knees a lot here. Keeping the belly pulled in to protect the back. Just when you're ready, start to move back up. So push through your feet, pull your belly in. Rolling up and restacking your body as you come up. Big reach up, pull the arms down by your sides. Okay, we'll do that one more time. So again, drop the chin around the shoulders, knees bent, belly in. When you're ready, start to come back up, so take your time. Restacking everything as you go. Big reach up, pull the arms down by your sides. Good. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of balance. So stand on your right leg, belly pull down, and then bend your right knee a little. Take your left foot just out to the front. So you can keep it on the ground. Move it to the side, take it to the back, and then bring it in. So we'll do that again. So again, maybe hover your foot off the ground a little bit. Take it out to the back and in. So you can lift your leg higher, but just work where it feels right to you. You don't have to lift it that high. And maybe stretch your arms out, but just see how that feels. It's better with your hands on your hips than keep them there. And always lowering your foot down towards the ground whenever you need to. Good, well done. Okay, we'll do one more on this side. And well done, release that. So we'll change sides. So again, standing on your left leg, bending the knee, drawing your belly in. Right foot to the front, move it to the side, take it to the back, and then bring it in. So again, you can work with it on the ground the whole time. Hover it above and then maybe touch them whenever you need to. Or maybe lift your leg a little bit higher, maybe stretching the arms out. But just see how it all feels and adjust it for you. Good, doing really well. Do two more. And last one. And well done. Release there. Give your legs a little shake. So we'll have a little seat now. So make your way down, adjusting your device as you go. So if I can see a side-on view of you, then that's great. But if it's impossible, then don't worry about it. Okay, so when we come down to sitting today, we're actually going to take our legs long. So the legs are long, the feet are slightly wider than your hips, so they're not super narrow. And we're trying to sit up really tall, so as tall as you can. And we're going to move side to side, so we're going to do some lateral movements today. So when you're ready, take your right hand down and then reach up and over through your left hand. As you inhale, come back to the center, so realign your hips and your shoulders, and then reach up and over towards the left side. So do that again, so center, and then that reach. Get center on the inhale, breathing out to reach up and over. Good, center and out. Okay, we'll do one more of these to either side. One more to either side. Last one. And then make your way back towards the center. Release your arms down. Now this time we're going to move back and forwards. So taking your hands behind you, if you can kind of look up and back. So you're really stretching through your chest. So you're drawing your shoulders back, lifting up. And then as you breathe in, we're going to move forward. So you're just going to kind of float forwards. Imagine there's something underneath your belly and you're not trying to go down, but you're trying to reach forwards. And do that again. So breathing out, float the hands back, lift through your chest. Breathing in, move forwards, draw your belly in. Okay, do that again. So breathing out, float back, reach and lift the chest. And breathing in, move forwards. Well done. Okay, from there, release your hands. Still stay in that really upright position. And then flex your feet. So pull the toes up strongly towards you. And then point them away, so stretching through your ankles. So do that again. So flex and point. Good. Okay, from there, bring the feet back in and we'll circle through your feet and your legs. So bring the big toes together. Push them away towards the ground. Bring them out to the side and back up. So they go in, out, and back up. Good. And the legs move, but the upper body stays still. Change direction when you're ready. So take it the other way. Again, allow the legs to rotate in their sockets up beside your hips, but the hips stay still. Excellent. Okay, release the legs. This time, bend your legs. We're going to bring your feet and your knees together. Now for this next one, because we're going to be moving the legs side to side, you might need your hands behind you. So you're just going to place your hands. You can always take them away if you don't. But sit up onto your sit bones, draw your belly in. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, move the legs to one side, keeping your feet and your knees together. Breathe in towards the center and then take it the other way. Good, so breathing into the center, breathing out over to the other side. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. So again, try and keep the upper body lifted so we're not collapsing back. And you might find you're moving away from your upper body, but try and keep beside it, so close to it. Do one more on either side. So squeeze your feet, squeeze your knees. And last one. And well done. Okay, bring yourself back towards the center. So we're going to come so that you're lying along your mat now. So we're going to do some roll back. So maybe move to the bottom of it. Sit up onto your sit bones. From here, hands can go behind the back of your thighs or you can reach your hands forward. It's up to you. But a deep breath in, so a nice flat long back. And then as you breathe out, draw your belly in, round your back and roll back. Breathing in to move up. Breathing out to take it back. Now we're going to add some arm lines here. So again, you can just stay with this move down and up if you want to. But on the next one, if you want to, so roll back, we're going to move both of your arms round towards one side. Good, palms facing down. Breathe into the center, move back up. Now breathing out, take the arms the other way. And then breathe in, back to the center. And move back up. So breathing out, take it down. Rotate round, stretch with your arms. Breathing in, bring it to the center and come back up. So breathing out, breathing in. Now we're going to add on a little pulse. So as you go back, we're going to stay around at that side, palms down and pulse for 4. Good, move back to the middle and rise back up again. Do that to the other side, so take it back, take your arms round to the other side, palms down, pulse for 4. Back into the middle and reach back up. We'll do that twice more, so breathing out, take it round, these little pulses. Excellent, back to the center, rise back up. One last time, so take it back, move round, little pulses. Good, back to the middle and rise up. Release your arms, maybe give your arms a little roll. Now from there, we're going to come down onto your back. So you could use your hands, you could have the hands behind the back of the thighs, maybe reaching them forwards. And then just tuck your tailbone under, roll down nice and slowly. Take your time and release yourself all the way to the mat when you're ready. So when you come onto your mat, if you walk your feet now back towards your hips, try and make sure that your heels are about hip distance apart. The knees are not rolling out or in here. So we're going to start with a little chest lift. So we're going to make sure we're in neutral spine first. So maybe tilt and arch through your spine a couple of times just so you feel that you're actually in the middle. When you get there, lift the pelvic floor, draw the belly in, and take your hands, clasp gently behind the back of your head. So the elbows back, chin away from the chest. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, lift the upper body. As you breathe in, lower it back down. So breathing out to lift up, breathing in to lower back down. So there's a deep scoop in the abdomen. You can look at your belly button if you want to still keep that little gap between your chin and your chest as you do that. And any strain in the head or neck, then you have a little rest and you can always come back in. Okay, from here, we're going to move from side to side. So as you come up the next time, go over towards your right knee, breathing in to bring it back, and then we'll go over the other way. So lift, rotate, back and down. So breathing out, breathing in. Good, do it again. So lift, rotate, back and down. Excellent. Okay, we'll do a few more of these. So just working a little bit through the sides of your body, just warming gently up. And two more. Last one. Well done. Slowly release. So relax everybody down. Walk your feet back in again. So the inner parts of your feet are going to touch and your knees are going to touch again. So you're going to have your arms down by your side. Make sure you're still in neutral spine. We're going to move side to side. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, squeezing your legs together, lower the legs towards one side. Breathing in, squeeze and bring them back to the center. And as you breathe out, move the legs the other way. So try again to keep the knees squeezing together. The inner parts of your feet are squeezing together as we lower the legs to one side, back to the center, and then the other way. Good, so try not to let the legs come apart, but squeeze them together. Good, very nice, well done. Okay, we'll do a couple more of these. So again, just take your time. And the next time you move over towards the right side, you're going to keep your legs over towards the right. As you do that, your left hip should now be in line with your left shoulder. Your hands are going to go behind the back of the head. And we're going to move up towards that left hip. So not over towards the knees, but lift towards the hip and release down. So it's just a chest lift up, lower down. Breathing out, breathing in. And again, just see how it feels. We're twisting here. Well, we have twisted by lowering our legs. And now we're just working through the side of the body as we come up. So we're trying to bring your rib cage a little bit closer to your hip bone. Do two more. And on this last one, lift up and hold up. And I'm going to do a little pulse here. So we're just going to pulse and pulse. So it's quite a small movement. Change your breath. So it's a puffy breath. So it's you breathe out. And the in-breath will actually take care of itself. Okay, last set. And last four. Good. Well done. Slowly release all the way back down. From there, release your hands. As you inhale, squeeze your legs together. Bring them back towards the center. And on the exhale, we'll just take it all the way over towards the other side. So again, that right hip now up, facing towards your right shoulder. Hands by the back of the head. Breathing out to lift up. Breathing in to lower back down. So the chin is still away from the chest. The elbows are still back a little bit. And we're still lifting up. Rib cage to hip. Good, so breathing out as you lift. Well done. Okay, on your next one, again, we'll lift up and hold up. So these little teeny tiny presses. So it's pulse and pulse. So take your time. Good, keep it going if you can. If you need that little rest, then take it. Well done, we're just about there. Last set. And four more. And well done. Slowly release everything all the way back down. As you inhale, squeeze your legs together. Bring them back towards the center. Okay, from here, we'll separate your knees and we're going to come into a more tabletop position. So if you make sure you're still in this neutral spine position, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to lift one knee up so it comes over your hip. Breathing in, release it down, and then change sides. So try and keep the hips nice and still. That lower back stays on the ground. Now, if you want a little bit more, take your hands behind the back of the head. This time you could just lift your upper body and just hold it lifted up there. Again, if you don't want to do that, then just keep the upper body down. If you can manage both legs at the same time, then lift them up and then lower them back down. So maybe the heels just slightly graze the ground as you lower down, and then you lift all the way back up again. Good, so breathing in and breathing out to lift up. So keep the legs quite relaxed here. Try and use the muscles in your tummy. So it's all about concentrating. So concentrating on the area that we want to work and making sure that it's doing most of the work rather than the legs, which are quite strong anyway. Okay, we'll do 2 more. And last one. So in the last one, we'll lift the legs, hold them up, but we'll release the upper body. You can have your arms down by your sides now. And we're going to do another little side-to-side movement. So this time we'll bring the knees together, the feet together again, so squeeze them in. And you can spread your arms out to the side if that helps you to any degree. So take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, lower the legs over towards one side. Breathe in, bring them back to the centre. And as you breathe out, move them the other way. And as you do that, if you find it's too much, you can always do this one with your feet on the ground. So just see how it feels. But we're going over towards one side. We're squeezing in through the sides of your waist to bring it back in. Breathing out, take it over the other way. And breathing into the centre. Good, well done. Okay, we'll do 2 more of these. And use your breath. And back to the centre. And when you come to the centre, we're going to keep the legs so that the knees are over the hips. So try not to pull them in too much. And then we're going to extend your legs up towards the ceiling. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, extend the legs up. As you breathe in, bend them back down. So do that again. So breathing out, extend. Breathing into bend. Just see how that feels. So trying to keep that neutral spine position as you're lifting and extending the legs. Breathing out to lift up. Breathing in to lower. Now we do 1 more like that. Now you can stay on that. If you want a little more, instead of extending the legs up, we're going to extend them out and then draw them back in. Good, so do that again. So push them away and draw them back in. Again, if that feels too much, stay on the one where you're extending the legs up. Good. So squeeze the legs together, squeeze the knees together. And 2 more. And last one. Well done. Okay, you can have a little rest, draw your knees in. So we're kind of building something up here. So we're going to do a little prep, if you like, for a moving Pilates called the corkscrew. Okay, and these 2 elements that you've just done are part of that. The final one is a little lift of your hips. So you're going to bring your legs back up to this tabletop position. Again, you could have your hands on the ground. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, we lift the hips up. So we scoop and lift the hips, and then we slowly release them back down. So do that again. So breathing out, lift the hips, and breathing in, lower back down. You can stay with that. You can also try it with straight legs. So breathing out and lift the hips. Breathing in, lower them back down. But just see how it feels. If it feels better with the bent legs, stay with the bent legs. And you can press with your hands a little bit. We just don't want it to be all the hands. So we're not just like pushing and lifting up. And keep your knees bent as much as you need to. Well done. Okay, do 1 more. And then you can bend your legs and bring your knees back in towards your chest. So you can just take a little roll. So there are loads of options for this. So you just need to work out the one that suits you best. It's basically a rotation with a little lift in it. So I'll show you the first option, which we've done already, but we bring the legs back to tabletop. We squeeze the legs and the feet together. We spread the arms. And the first option is just to move over to one side and then back to the center and then over the other way. So you could start with that. Now the next one up from that, instead of just going side to side, we're trying to create a little circular movement. So we go over to one side, we move down a little bit, over to the other side, and back to the center. But then we change and we go the other way. So over to one side, down a little bit, over to the other side, and back into the center. So you could start with either of these, just side to side. And you can always do it with your feet on the ground. If it feels too much, just go side to side with your feet on the ground. Now, if you want a little bit more, when you go out to the side, you then extend your legs away, bring it down, over to the other side, bend them, and come back in. And then we go the other way. So we go out to the side, we extend the legs away, over to the other side, bend them, and bring them back in. So you can see how that feels. And then finally, if you want to, you could add on the little hip lift. Okay, so we do it at the end. So we go out to the side, extend the legs to the other side, back in, and then lift the hips and lower them down. Then we go the other way. So out to the side, extend the legs to the other side, bend in, lift the hips, and lower them down. Good, so you could do that a couple more times. We'll not do too many of them, but work where you can, where it feels best to you. Again, you could extend the legs and lift up here and lower down. But just see how it all feels. It's just a prep, it's just getting used to the movements of the exercise. Good. Well done. Okay, once you've finished that one off, you can have a little rest, just draw your knees in, maybe take a little roll. Now from there, we're going to do a little bit of isolation. So we're going to take your feet down towards the ground, feet flat on the floor again, and try to come back into that neutral spine. Now our pelvic tilt is the start of this isolation. So if you think about the pelvic tilt, we move between the pubic bone and the belly button. So if you can imagine now that your hips are the face of a clock, and if you can imagine your belly button is 12 o'clock, and your pubic bone is 6 o'clock, then all we do when we do that pelvic tilt is to move between these two positions. So you could try it now. So we're just tilting up towards the 6 o'clock, back towards the 12. Okay. Now what we're going to do is then, if the hips are the face of the clock, then the hip bones at either side are going to be 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock, and we're going to try and move through them. So we're going to move from 12 o'clock over to 3 o'clock, down to 6 o'clock, and over to 9, back to 12, over to 3, to 6, and 9. And it's just a matter of isolating so that you can move your pelvis in any way that you want to. Now change it, go the other way, watch your knees don't fall out, so really concentrate on the inner thighs. So we're moving one part, but we're trying to keep the other part still. So 12 till 9, 6 to 3, back up to 12. Good. Okay, well done. You can come back in. So just back into a more neutral position again. And it's maybe becomes easier to move the hips to get into that and to recognize when we're in it as well. So we're not over at one side or the other, but we're in the center of that clock. Lift the pelvic floor, draw your belly in. Now again, we're going to lift your legs up into this tabletop position. Okay, from there, we're going to stretch the arms along your side, so really strong arms, and then lift the upper body up off the ground, so you're stretching even further. Now we're going to start to pulse the arms up and down, so as if we're doing our 100. So this is again just a little prep for the 100. So you can breathe in for 5, out for 5. I would just keep the palms facing down as you do that for ease. And then if you want to, you do not have to. We're going to also do an alternating toe tap. So when you're ready, your right foot taps down and then it lifts up and the left foot taps. We just keep going with the legs and keep going with the arms. If it feels too much, then just do the legs or the arms, doesn't matter. But keep the upper body lifted, keep the arms pulsing. Breathing in for 5, breathing out for 5. Good. And last set. Well done. Slowly release and relax all the way down. Okay, from here, we're going to do a double leg stretch. So if you remember the legs that we just did when we were lifting the legs up and taking the legs out, it's kind of that kind of theme that we want. So when you're ready, we'll bring the legs back up to the tabletop position and we'll stretch the arms along your sides. Again, you could keep your upper body on the ground if you want to with this one. Now, as you breathe out here, your legs are going to go straight up towards the ceiling and the arms just move overhead, so they stretch overhead. As you breathe in, we bring the arms back round and we re-bend the legs. So that could be option one. So breathing out, extend the arms, extend the legs. Breathing in, bring it back in. If you want a little bit more, breathing out, extend the arms over. But when you come back up, lift the upper body, so reach the hands towards your feet. Breathing out, extend the legs up, straight up, arms back, breathing in, bend. Good. So that would be the number 2. If you want a little bit more than that, we're going to extend the legs out the way. So we extend the legs away. And maybe this time you keep the upper body lifted as you reach the arms overhead. Breathing in, bend it back in. So breathing out, breathing in. Okay, breathing out, breathing in. And if you want that little flourish, we take the arms out, we circle them round and in. We take the arms out, we circle round and in. But just work where you can, where it feels best to you. Have a rest whenever you need to, and come back in again whenever you can. Okay, we'll do 2 more of these. Just take your time. And last one. Well done. Okay, so when you're ready, we'll draw the knees in, maybe take a little roll side to side. We'll see how that all feels. Okay, from here, we're going to come in and do our single leg teaser. So again, there's loads of options, so just make use of the options. The first one being that you can keep both of your feet flat on the ground. Your arms are going to stretch overhead. And as you do that, we're trying to maintain that neutral spine. So as you breathe in, arms over the shoulders. And then as you breathe out, lift and reach towards your legs. Breathing in and out to go back. If you want a bit more, as you breathe out, extend and lift through your right leg. And then do the same thing. So coming up on the out breath. So breathing in, breathing out to go back. So the in breath moves the arms over your shoulders. The out breath lifts it up. The in breath, arms over the shoulders. The out breath back. And then if you want to come up to sitting, breathing in, and then on the out breath, up to that sitting position, breathing in and breathing out to go back. So breathing in, breathing out. And we really use that strong contraction of the out breath as we lift up now. So the one that we're practicing at the beginning, when you're using that breath out and you're really feeling the contraction in your abdomen. Okay, we'll do one more on this side. And then lower yourself back down. So we'll change sides. If you've just got your feet flat on the floor, you can just have a little rest in between. Otherwise, extending through your left leg, arms stretch overhead, still in neutral spine, breathing in, arms over the shoulders, breathing out, lift up. Breathing in and out. And again, if you want to come up to sitting, use that strong out breath to lift. Breathing in and out to come back down. So breathing in and out. Good, but just work where you can, where it feels best to you. Okay, we'll do 2 more. And last one. Well done. Okay, when you're ready, release yourself back down. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Maybe take a little more. We're going to do a little bit through our bridge now. So we'll have your feet again flat onto the ground, feet hip distance. We'll start with the pelvic tilt. So back into your neutral spine, first of all. As you breathe out, tilt the pelvis forward and up. So the pubic bone is coming closer towards your belly button. And then start to lift up. So we're lifting up through your bottom, maybe through your low back, your mid back, but just move to where it feels right to you. So if you want to come further, then do that. Breathe in at the top and breathe out to slowly lower yourself all the way back down again. So take your time, release that pelvic tilt at the bottom. So do it again, so breathing out, tilt the pelvis, keep it tilted and start to move up one little bit at a time. Knees drawing in towards one another. As you come up to the top, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, try to press down. So from the upper part of your back, one little tiny bit at a time, all the way back to neutral. So do that a couple more times. So again, option one with this move is just to stay lifting up and lowering down through your bridge with a breath at the top and a breath at the bottom. So your out breath lifts you up. If you want a little bit more, we're going to lift up to the top of the bridge and we're going to stay there because we're going to add on a little leg movement. Again, just work where you can with it. If you don't want to do it, then don't. Deep breath in. As you breathe out, your right knee is going to lift up off the ground. Now you're going to try and pull it just towards your chest a little bit. And then as you breathe in, we take it down, just lightly skimming the floor. So breathing out, pull the knee in, try and get the hips high, and breathing in, lower it back down. So do that again. So breathing out and breathing in. Okay, breathing out and breathing in. We'll do two more. And last one. Well done. So when the foot comes down this time, just lay it down. Make sure your hips are still level and lower yourself all the way back down. Okay, we'll come back up and do the other side. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, tilt your pelvis, start to peel your back, lift up off the ground. So staying up at the top, again, as you breathe out, lift through your left leg. So the left knee pulls towards your chest a little bit and then lowers down towards the ground. So breathing out, pull it in, breathing in, lower it back down. And when you're doing that, you're really squeezing quite strongly on your right glute. You're keeping your hips high, you're keeping your hips level. Do two more. And last one. And well done. Okay, lower your foot down. Slowly lower yourself all the way back down. Okay, when you come back down, draw the knees towards your chest. Again, you can move a little bit from side to side. So we are going to move up to sitting now, but we're going to take our time rolling up if you want to. If you don't want to, you can just roll onto your side. But otherwise, we'll come in for rolling like a ball. So knees in, hands on the knees of the shins. Breathing out, roll back. Breathing in, roll forwards. So just maybe build up a little bit of momentum. Maybe see if you can pause at the top and roll back down, keeping your feet lifted up off the ground, keeping yourself really tall. I'll just do two more of these. So just take your time, keep that nice shape as you're rolling. Well done. And then make your way up to sitting. Just take your time to come up. Okay, so when we come up to sitting, we're going to come to an all fours position. So just take your time coming round into that. And if you have any issues with your knees, you can double up your mat. Any issues with your wrists, then please feel free to come down onto your forearms or use your fists, whatever suits you. But we'll spread the hands under the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to come in and do a little bit of isolation through your hips again. So remember, we're trying to move just through the hips here, so these little kittens, without involving the upper back or the shoulders at all. So deep breath in. As you breathe out, if you tuck your tailbone under, draw your belly in. And then as you breathe in, push your hips back and away and arch your back a little bit. So breathing out, tilt the tailbone under, draw the belly in. Breathing in, drop the belly and arch the back. So do that a few times just so you feel that you're in control and you can move just through your lower spine whenever you need to. Okay, we'll do one more. And then this time, come back to a neutral position and we're going to move into our cat move, so that much larger move. So as you breathe out, rounding through your back, draw your chin to your chest, suck the belly in. On the in-breath here, just come back to neutral spine, so you're just moving back to the center. So without pulling the chest through. So breathing out, pull your belly in, rounding through your back. Good. As you breathe in, move back to a neutral spine. So take your time. Even out the head, even out your spine. Okay, we'll do that twice more. So again, breathing out and rounding in and up. Breathing into that flat back. And one last time. And then just into that flat back. So when you come into this flat back position, lift the pelvic floor again, draw your belly in. And then as you breathe out, we're going to extend your right leg behind you. As you do that, try and keep it level, so with your hip. And then if you want to, we're going to lower and lift it. So as you breathe in, lower it down, maybe not touch the ground. And as you breathe out, lift it back up again. So breathing in to lower, breathing out to lift. As you do that, try and keep your hips as level as you can. And you have to lift that high with that belly pull down. Good. Now you can either stay with that, so just that lifting and lowering of the leg. If you want a little bit more, then stretch your opposite hand away from you, so right out in front. And then lift through the leg and the arm and lower it down. Maybe not touching the ground with the hand or with the leg, but just see how that feels. So we're not coming in and out as such, but we're keeping the leg extended and long, the arm extended and long, and we're moving up and down. Good. Now, either stay with that, or if you want to, we're going to add on a little movement to the side. So as you breathe out, we're going to lift up, but then we're going to move your arm out towards the left and your leg out towards the right, keeping your body still. Breathe it back in and lower it down. So breathing out, lift, take it away, squeeze it back in and lower it back down. Good. So it's not a big movement, and we're just trying to challenge the muscles in your body. So we're trying to really keep them as still as you can as you move the opposing arm and leg. Okay, we'll do 2 more. Again, take a rest whenever you need to. And last one. Well done. Okay, from there, release yourself down and then just move back to a child's pose. So you can have a little rest there. Okay, when you're ready, we'll make our way back up. So take your time. Coming back into that all fours position. Once more, make your way into a neutral spine so you can move a little bit. Lift through your belly, lift the pelvic floor. As you breathe out this time, extend and lengthen through your left leg. So again, lift it up, and then maybe on the in-breath, lower it down without touching the ground and lift it back up on that out-breath. And we're not trying to lift high, we're just trying to keep it kind of level with your hip. Make sure you keep the hips as balanced as you can, so we're not leaning over towards one side. And then if you want to, extend and lengthen through your opposite hand. So as you breathe out, lifting through the arm and the leg, breathing in, lower it down so it just skims the floor. So lift up and lower down. So again, if it's too much, leave out the arm, keep going with the leg, and take a rest whenever you want. Good. And then if you want a little bit more of a challenge, we're going to move that leg out to the side, so we'll lift it up. We move out to the side a little bit without moving the body, squeeze it back in and lower it back down. So breathing out, lift, rotate a little bit with the arm and leg without moving the body too much. So keep the body as still as you can. Good, well done. Okay, we'll do 2 more of these, so just take your time. And well done. Okay, you can release that down, come back to child's pose for a moment. Just take a little rest here. So from here, we'll start to make our way down onto your mat again. So you can come down in any way you want. You could do a little push-up or just collapse onto the mat, whatever you like, but you're coming onto your front. So as you come onto your front, we'll cross the arms over, drop your head down. Separate your feet hip distance. And I'm just going to start lifting a long straight leg. So the pubic bone is down, the belly button lifts, and as you breathe out, we'll lift one leg up. Breathing out, lift the other leg, and then this time we'll lift both legs together. So we're just doing a little kind of combination. So when you're ready, one leg lifts, other leg lifts, both of them together. Do that again. So one leg, other leg, and both. And you can start with a different leg each time, lifting through one long leg. So try not to bend at the knee too much. And trying to keep as centered as you can on the mat. So not rolling from side to side, but we're staying in the middle and we're lifting the belly button up off the ground. Okay, you can do a couple more. And last time. Done. Okay, from there, we'll come in and we'll do our baby swan. So taking the forearms and the elbows on the ground. Hands could be closer or further away from your body, it doesn't really matter. But look down towards your mat. Again, try and relax your legs here. Pubic bone down and the belly button is lifting up. And imagine that there's a marble under your nose. As you breathe out, you're going to roll that marble away. Start to lift through your chin and your chest. Come up a little bit. Breathing into lower back down. So breathing out, roll it away, lift it up. Breathing in to lower down. And you can start to come up progressively higher here. So if you feel that you want a little bit more, just stretching up a little bit higher. Breathing in to lower down. Just see how it feels. Now your option here is just to stay with that one. If you want a bit more, move your hands back, elbows in, so squeeze them towards your sides. Still roll that marble away and come up. You might just come up a little bit higher. You might come up so that you're fully straightening your arms, but still keeping that little bend. So try not to lock the elbows out. As soon as we start to lock the elbows, then it's more about the arm strength rather than our back strength. So we're trying to use the muscles in the back so we keep the elbows just a little bit bent the whole time. Good. Well done. Again, just take it to where you can, when it feels right to you, and take a rest whenever you want to. Well done. We'll do 2 more of these, so just again in your own time. And last one. So when you come all the way back down, you can release your arms again, just bring them round and drop your head down towards them. Make sure your feet are separated, hip distance apart once more. I'm going to lift through the legs here. So again, the pubic bone is down, the belly button is lifting. And we're going to try and lift both legs at the same time. If it doesn't work for you, just do one leg. But as you breathe out, lift the legs, breathing into lower. So again, just see how it feels. If both legs feel too much, you can always do one. We're going to do a little combination to work the inner thighs here. So when you're ready, on your next out breath, as you lift your legs up, hold them up, and then breathe in and squeeze your legs together so the legs and the feet touch. Breathing out, separate them, and release them back down. So breathing out to lift up, breathing in, squeeze them together, separate the legs, and lower them down. Now you can stay with that again. If you're doing one leg, it's just one leg lift, bring it to the middle, take it out and lower it down, and then change legs. If you want to add the arms, if you bring the arms back into this baby swan pose, where we've got our arms out to the sides, L-shaped arms. As you breathe out, lift the arms, lift the legs and the upper body a little bit. And then reach your hands forward as you breathe in, touch your fingers. Breathing out, separate the hands and the legs and lower back down. Good, so breathing out to lift. Again, leaving out the arms if you like. You don't have to have them in there. Work where you can, where it feels right to you. Good. And work nice and smoothly and slowly. So squeezing the legs, squeezing the arms. Excellent. Okay, we'll just do a couple more of these, so just take your time. And we'll make this next one our last one. And you can rest all the way back down. So when you come back down again, maybe cross your arms over, drop your head down, just relax there for a moment. We're going to work through your legs now, so that hamstrings, the back of the thighs, a little bit through the front of your thighs. So when you're ready, we'll start with your right leg, and we're just going to bend your right leg, bringing your heel towards your bottom, so you're flexing your foot. As you breathe out, just point your toes and extend the leg away. So breathe in, pull it in, breathing out, extend it away. So we're just moving through the bottom part of your leg, keeping the top part still keeping that lift of the belly button off the ground. Now this time, bend the leg in, just hold it in here, flex your foot a little bit, and then we're going to lift the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. So push up and release away. As you release away, try not to lower the thigh down again. So you push up, the thigh stays lifted, lower it down, it stays a little bit lifted. So push and release. Good. Okay, do 2 more of these. This time lift up, hold up, flex your foot, and little pulses. So just pulse and pulse and pulse. So we're just squeezing and lifting through the sole of your foot up towards the ceiling. Good. Okay, last set, 8 more. And last 4. Well done. Okay, while we're here, we'll take a little stretch so you can bend that leg and just keep it there. Maybe reach for your foot, bring your foot in towards your bottom. Just gently holding there. Okay, when you're ready, slowly release that leg. We'll change legs. So again, start with bending and extending the leg. So with the left leg, flex your foot, pull it in, point your toes and press it away. So flex to pull it in, point to take it away. So just really extending and stretching a little bit through the muscles in the back of your thigh. Okay, we'll do 2 more. And on the last one, hold the leg in, flex your foot. This time as you breathe out, push the sole of the foot up. And as you breathe in, release it back down. Again, maybe you can not touch the ground with the front of your thigh as you lower it down. Just see how it goes. And then lift the leg up, hold it up, and these little pulses again. So pulse and pulse. So tiny little movement. You're squeezing in the bottom on that left side. Good. And last set. And 4 more. And well done. Slowly release down. Bend your leg in now. So again, you can just hold it there. Maybe grab hold of your foot. Draw the foot in towards your bottom. Just stretching through the front of your thigh a little. Okay, slowly release from there. And then from here, we're going to make our way back up. So we'll come up to all 4s first. So press yourself up. Walk your knees in. And then we're just going to come around to a sitting position again. So you can swing your legs round towards the front. So we're going to finish as we start. So we're going to have our legs slightly wider than your hips, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to do some rotations here. So if you lift up nice and tall, take your hands, clasp your opposite elbows. So we're going to use that puffy breath again. So we take an in breath here. As you breathe out, we rotate around, we take 2 pulses. So it's pulse, pulse, and back towards the center. So breathing out, pulse, pulse, breathe into the center. So still keeping upright and tall through the crown of your head. Just a little rotation, keeping your hip bones on the ground. Okay, we'll do 1 more. And release. So from here, we're going to come in and do our saw. So we'll lengthen the legs or stretch them out a little bit more. You can bend your legs here, so you have to have your legs straight. Sit up onto your sit bones again. So you could do it with the hands here. You could just take it round, reach forward, and then take it the other way. Otherwise, stretch your arms out. Deep breath in. We'll move round towards that left foot and then reach towards the left foot, keeping that lift up and over. Now come back up and move yourself to the center. So breathing in. As you breathe out, reach. Breathing in, come back up. And as you breathe out, to the center. So breathing in, breathing out, reach. Breathing in, come away, and out to the center. Do that again. So breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Keep that lifting up and over. So we're not going down, but we're trying to extend and stretch over as we reach really far back with that other hand. Good, very nice. Okay, we'll just do a couple more of these. Take your time. And last set. Well done. And last side. Well done. You can release and relax the arms. So from here, just bend the legs. You can either have your feet on the ground or you can cross your feet over. It's up to you. Just take your time to do whatever feels right. So we'll come in for a little twist here. So again, take it to where you can, but we'll take your left hand onto your right knee, right fingertips behind you, and just come in for that little twist. Again, lengthen through your spine. Draw the belly in. Good, now we'll move to the other side. So rotate to the centre and then just take it to the other side. So again, use your fingertips behind you, lift and lengthen. Now we're going to move from side to side. So on the inhale, we move back to the centre, we kind of centre things. And on the exhale or the out breath, we move round. So breathing into the centre, breathing out, take it the other way. Okay, we'll do that one more time on either side. So breathing in and breathing out. Okay, we'll stick at the right side, so we're going to stay here. As you get to the right side, if you take your left hand and just cross it all the way over, and then start to round a little bit, so just stretching across the shoulders and the upper back. Okay, we'll release that. We'll change sides, so take the twist to the left, so right hand on the left knee, left fingertips behind you, and then use your left hand and take it all the way over to that knee, round yourself in, pull your belly in, let yourself go a little bit through your spine. Good. Okay, when you're ready, release the arms. So from here, we'll just relax the shoulders a little bit. We're going to stretch through the head and the neck. So we'll just slowly lower your chin down towards your chest. Now from here, with your chin down, we're going to circle up towards your right shoulder. So just slowly and gently take it up without forcing it. Breathing in, take it back down towards the centre. And then take it the other way, so up and over towards the left shoulder. Release down to the centre. We'll do that once more, just on either side. So lifting up and over towards that shoulder. Release it down. And then up and over towards the left shoulder. Good. Release the head and neck. Lift your chin up, again slowly. And then start to roll your shoulders. So just nice and easy towards the back. And then move them towards the front. Well done. Okay, that is you ladies. Thank you very much. Indeed, any questions at all, please ask. I will stop the recording now, so I'll probably say something else. And I'll send it out later so you can do it again.